It's
going to be tough, but I'll say this. For them, we already talked about Skylar Thompson is likely to get the start. Teddy Bridgewater dealing with his pinky, and obviously no Tua. So when you have a third-string quarterback, you're limited on offense. They only put up 11 last week against the New York Jets. Yes, they got the win, but you have to find ways to manufacture points and field position in other ways. If you're the Miami Dolphins, it's all in. It's playoff time. Win or go home. You have the cheetah. You have Tyreek Hill. It is time to put him back there as a punt returner. Earlier throughout the regular season, you don't want to put him back there. You don't want to risk injury. This guy is so much of your offense, leading the NFL in receiving yards behind Justin Jefferson. So you want to protect him. But now it's go time. Put him back there. Allow him to get loose. Maybe he puts a touchdown. That's points that you don't expect going into the game. Maybe he just flips the field and takes a punt return, takes it back to the 20-yard line, gives your offense a short field to work with to come away with points on the board. And that's the biggest thing for them. You can't go out there and expect Skylar Thompson to just have this outbreak year or game, where he's throwing for 300-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, and Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are just going off with him under center. And on top of Tyreek Hill, I think defensively, you have to find a way to create havoc. Force plays, score touchdowns. They've done that twice this year. Houston Texans knocking the ball loose on a fumble, picking it up, scoring a touchdown. This is early in the year against the New England Patriots. Melvin Ingram scoring a touchdown. Defensively, in their 2 games versus Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, they've sacked him 6 times. They've forced 4 fumbles on Josh Allen. They're going to need those type of plays this weekend if they want to advance and get to the divisional round and the playoffs. A tall task, but this is the way to do it.
There's no question it's on the defense in large part. I agree with you there. They're going to have to stop points and create points. Yeah. The 2 games that Skylar Thompson started this year, I believe, was 11 and 16 points, whereas Tua's got him into the 30s.
Mike, you said something in passing. You mentioned Bridgewater. That's a massive deal if it could be him. Is there any shot for that, you think, at all?
It seems like he's got a shot here. And maybe we see some situation where we see a little bit of both guys as the week goes along.
I think that's really important.
Whatever you have to do.
Dislocated pinky on the throwing hand, right?
Yeah. So, and he's been able to throw. It's just it's limited how far he can throw. So you're going to be limited in the passing game no matter what. So how about your running game? And I go back to a couple of years ago, run game coordinator and then offensive coordinator in 21, Mike McDaniel, was a big reason why the 49ers were hitting a lot of these home run plays. Like, they were explosive through the running game. The only problem is Mike McDaniel, as head coach of the Miami Dolphins, show it to him this year. That's not what you want to see. If you're not trying, they got 130 plus. Now look, there's a personnel difference. It's not like McDaniel lost his touch, or it's been proven that it's more Kyle Shanahan.
They played 17 games.
Well, you should have more than that, right? If that's a big part of what you do, your face right now, Kyle. Can we cut to Kyle's face?
Well, how about the Buccaneers? They're the division champs, and they have won.
Their running game has really struggled as well. So you got to find a way. He's got to get in the lab this week and figure out a way to draw up some of those plays in San Francisco that were so explosive.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need to triple that in this game to win. Here's the deal. In the world of point spreads, it's about 13 points. And that is not the biggest in playoff history. That would actually be 19 points, the Steve Young Niners over the Stan Humphrey Chargers in the Super Bowl. But it's in the conversation. Yep. It's one of the biggest ever, 13 points. It's massive. But any take I could give on this and how they do it, or this relationship, or this dynamic, or this rivalry, would pale in comparison to one of the Bills themselves. So, ladies and gentlemen, national treasure, Buffalo Bills offensive tackle, Deion Dawkins on the matchup.
And we just have history. It's just the history that comes with it. And sorry to keep that answer so simple, but it's just the history. Like, if you go on a date and with somebody 3 times, then you should know that she or he, whoever you're with, likes like a lemon drop or a Shirley Temple. But that's what you should know. So I kind of look at it for what it is. Like, I don't make it like all these giant things. Like, like we're going on our 3rd date. Hopefully we can take them home. With a pause.
Front door, a lot of crazy things are going to have to happen. Yeah. So you hear all this quarterback thing, and we're like, all right, well, then we'll just run the ball. And you're like, well, Raheem Mostert's awesome. Raheem Mostert had a great day against the Bills last time. Do you want to see the most recent photograph the world has of Raheem Mostert? Just bring it up right here. Here's the running back for the Miami Dolphins. All right, so he sends us this. Please, for the love of God, get the banner off the bottom of the screen so we can see the cast on his hand. That is the scepter. Thank you. And it's a bittersweet picture, guys, because he has a hand that's broken. His thumb is broken. He can barely hold the Good Morning Football scepter, yet he still has the grimace, and he's still doing it for us. Is he going to hold the football 22 times against the Buffalo Bills this weekend? I don't think so. I love the guy, and he's the best shot they have to win. So the Bills are just getting every break in the sense that Bridgewater, Tua, and then the running back is even hurt. We have a 13-point spread. We have a home crowd advantage that feels like they're living on destiny from their teammate that's fallen and has now gotten up. It's going to be tough sledding, very tough sledding to even stay close in this game.
God, listening to Deion Dawkins makes me want to have a screwdriver come this morning to try to come up with a way. I know, right?
A little Babe Breeze, our doll.
Yeah, right? A mimosa, just to lighten things up with how the Dolphins can pull a mimosa in Miami is a nice way to go. So you're saying that Tyreek Hill has to return massive kicks, which this is what the Dolphins don't punt in some games. That's how productive they are. Or that means they just scored a touchdown or a field goal. And that's the opportunity he's given. That's a tough sled.
Yeah.
That's a tough sled for the Dolphins. Then you're saying that they have to accomplish a run game that they have yet to do this season, which is rip off. So we're literally asking them to do the things that they have not been doing, haven't been asked to do with a quarterback that hasn't been asked to start in a playoff game. He's a rookie. This is not this. We've seen another third-string quarterback ascend in the last couple weeks in the NFL. And
Purdy man.
The Purdy man is not Skylar Thompson. This is not the game that he is equipped to handle at this moment. And I'm sorry, but I am having a hard time coming up with it. I know I wrote it last night when I wrote it. Jason's going to hate me when I say this because Jason's big on it's a game. Everybody goes out there. Everyone has an equal fighting chance. But, man, this one feels hard to come up with. There has to be a solution here as to how they do that.
I've been listening to everybody talking. I got it. I remember last year the Steelers played the Chiefs in the wild card round. It was like Roethlisberger it was time to go, and there was massive point spread in that game, and they didn't win. So here's a nice, concise recipe based on all of our contributions. This is how the Dolphins shock the world. All right, start at the top. 3 takeaways, not 2. I think if they get 2, it's not enough. I think they have to score on defense. Not an interception, I mean an actual score. Massive special teams play means block a punt, fumble on a kickoff. The Bills have gotten a kick and a punt block this year. Josh Allen, you cannot start running around like crazy. If you're going to spy him, great, but less than 25 rushing. And then at the end, Tyreek, and that's my hand up, clearly, not his. Tyreek needs to have one peace sign. If we don't see a Tyreek Hill peace sign in this game, I don't think the Dolphins can win. It's kind of what you're talking about, Jay. If he's running down that sideline, and you can just squint, and he's in his Chiefs uniform, and he's just piecing to Jordan Poyer or who the hell ever, which he has done before, they can win that game. I think if any of those don't happen, they don't win. But if all of them happen, they can.
Looking at that full screen, it actually really reminds me of that Dolphins win over the Bills in September. I feel like they clicked off all those things in that crazy game. Special teams play, Tyreek went off. Yeah, I feel
Bills terrible in the red zone in that game. Awful. They kept getting down there and not scoring. I think Josh Allen threw 60 passes and they lost. It's going to have to be a day like that. You remember?
It was a crazy game. But they were the banged-up team in that game, if I recall.
Well, that's the reason why they lost.
And it was in Miami. And it was 3,000 degrees. So Miami, go get them. It would be a crazy upset.
Third date at home. Deion Dawkins, that was fantastic. Good find, Kyle.